Guys, it's currently 2 PM here in England. The day after I've got back, right? And I can't even speak properly, right? Right now, in Australia and New Zealand, it's around midnight, okay? And my body clock, obviously I've been there for a month, it's in the time zone over there. And I'm so tired, like I cannot function. I just can't function. I can't speak properly. I need to go and just eat and just try and relax this out and try and get myself back to normal, because I've read online to get your sleep schedule back, coming from like Australia to England, it can take a good week to get it back to normal, and I need to start making these daily videos again. So today, I'm not doing anything. I'm not going to do anything. I'm not going to force myself to do anything. So what I'm going to do is show you guys a video that I made about half a month ago about this vlogging rig. Well, I made it a month ago, just before I went to Australia, about my vlogging rig and how I make it and how I do all of these videos. So I thought today would be the perfect opportunity to show you guys that video. So I'm going to roll that video for today. But as I say, yeah, I'm just trying to get my body clock right. I'm just absolutely shattered, like destroyingly shattered. So hopefully you guys enjoy this, and hopefully I can vlog tomorrow. Okay. Let's let you guys learn about this vlogging rig. It's gonna be the most casual video I've ever made, but let's go. Hello. If you're watching this, I'm probably in Australia, right? And due to that fact, or New Zealand actually, and due to that, I might not have been able to upload today. So instead of ruining this streak that we've got on this channel, I think I've had like 250 days of consecutive days of me actually uploading without fail to this channel. Instead of destroying that, I'm recording one of two videos right now. This is one about my vlogging setup and how I vlog, because a lot of YouTubers have actually asked me, the biggest one being a guy called NEWARK. Obviously you know him, he said this.
Marz Gaming, he does like daily vlogs and they're just phenomenal. So I was watching his videos last night and I was like, listen, I'm going to buy the same camera and I want to do something similar to that. I just thought it was so cool how he told stories in his videos and how well he actually did it. I don't really watch many YouTube videos, I really don't. And so when I went through a few of his videos, I just kept watching because one, they were really well edited. Two, like I said, he told the story very well, and three, just the quality of his videos with the equipment that he was using was just fantastic.
I feel like this setup that I've mastered here is one of the best setups for vlogging to get the best quality. And saying that, it's definitely not the cheapest. You probably couldn't spend any more than this. But bear in mind, I'm a filmmaker and I use this is my main camera for making films for clients. Recently I've been working for companies such as the National Lotto, which is absolutely incredible to have those sorts of clients on my database. This is the camera that I do all of that work with, and this is the camera that I've also adapted for vlogging as well. So people like NEWARK have said that it's like the best quality they've seen, and I thought, as well as the comment section asking me, you know, Alex, how are you doing your stuff and what is it that's behind all the quality, I thought I'd lay it out. I've done this thing for like half a year now. Give you guys my tips, what I think you guys should avoid doing, and what I think you should do if you guys are trying to do vlogging or get into daily vlogging. So first off, I'm going to go through my setup first, and then I'll go through some like different options that you can do for daily vlogging, like a lot of cheaper options, a few point and shoot cameras that are good for vlogging or you know doing videos. But one of the main things you need in a camera like this is a fast and silent autofocus system. So if you're going for let's say a DSLR type camera, which is what a lot of big vloggers do, like Casey Neistat and Ben Brown, and also Fun for Louie, we all use DSLR cameras. A lot of cheap DSLRs don't have autofocus, or if they do, it only works for photo and not video. So if you're wanting to vlog with a DSLR, the first thing you need to make sure you nail down is that it has a fast and silent autofocus system, as well as probably facial tracking, which helps a ton. But anyway, let me go through this rig that I've got here. Now the first rule of filmmaking for me is that audio quality trumps video quality like by any means. If you have good video quality and you know you're in 4K or 1080p on the screen and everything's nice and sharp and you can see everything, but the audio quality sounds like it's been recorded from a potato, then there's just no point. Like you need good audio to have good video, if that makes sense. So we'll start from the top. I've got the Rode. This is the Rode Shotgun mic, Video Mic Pro shotgun microphone. Now this has been through the wars. It's one of the best microphones I've ever used as far as reliability and durability and the actual sound of this thing. But it's not cheap. It's £150 here in the UK. This is actually the older generation that brought out a brand new one, which is apparently even better than this one. But I just can't warrant upgrading because this has been absolutely amazing. So this has fallen off the top of my car when I've been travelling at 34 miles an hour onto a road and smashed on the floor, and it still works absolutely fine. One of the buttons is smashed off, but that's fine. I put some tape over it, it still works fine. It takes 9-volt batteries and they last for weeks, and pretty much you just turn it on and plug it into your camera and you're done. That is the mic. And the reason it's like a barrel like this is because the camera faces you like this, and this microphone only picks up what's in front of it, and whatever's around it gets cancelled out. So that is brilliant. All the background noise gets cancelled out and it's focusing on whatever's in front of it. So if I'm pointing my camera at someone else, it can hear them nice and clear. If I'm pointing it at myself, it can hear me nice and clear, hopefully with some luck. And there you go. It's a microphone and it picks up audio really well. Couldn't recommend this thing enough. So yes, microphone, #1 priority for video by any stretch of imagination. Get yourself a good mic. That is that. Right, second thing is the actual camera itself. Now this is a Sony a7S Mark II, second generation. Now I had the first generation that fell off the top of the car with this microphone and actually smashed into bits. Now I'm probably saying, Alex, you're not taking care of your equipment, why was it falling off the top of your car? It wasn't my fault, I didn't leave it on top of the car, but we're not going to get into that for now. I bought the second generation through the insurance that came after I broke the first one. I bought this camera. It's got a carbon wrap on it from Slick Wraps, which just keeps it from, it keeps the elements from destroying it. And yeah, it can do 4K, 1080p. It can do 120 FPS slow motion at full 1080p, which is brilliant because I have a segment all the time in my vlogs where I do slow motion, and you guys seem to love it. So that's all its features I use for vlogging. It only does 12 megapixel stills. That's because it's more of a video camera. Really fast. Silent autofocus motor in this, and if you pair it with a car's ice lens, the autofocus is going to work fine. Now this lens here is about £1,000 and it's huge. It's huge. If I could get a smaller lens, I would. But this is where things get a little bit complicated, right? If I take off the lens on this camera, you see how big that sensor is in there? That's a full frame sensor. So this is where things get a little bit complicated. This is a 16mm lens, 16 to 35mm lens. Now ideally, if you're vlogging, in an ideal scenario, you want about a 10mm lens. Now this is a 16mm, but it's a 10mm equivalent. Because the sensor is so big on this camera, this lens acts like a 10mm, but it's actually a 16mm, if that makes sense. This has got autofocus, it zooms, it could zoom more, but it doesn't. That is the main body of the camera. I've got a load of batteries. You can just take the batteries out like this. And also, another main selling point of this bad boy is that if you're ever going anywhere and you don't want to take the battery charger to charge these batteries, you can actually charge this thing by micro USB, which is brilliant. So that is the main body of the camera. I'll put everything in the description. And then this is the Joby Gorillapod Focus, the most expensive and ridiculously priced bit of hardware you'll ever you'll ever come across. Pretty much it's just a load of little ball joints, and you can twist them around wherever you want like that, and it has a head on it which you can twist the head around on the top of it like that, and you can also easily detach the camera if you'd want to, and it's all made out of metal, really sturdy. You probably think, these would be about 60 quid, and I think again they're about like 150. Absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. But the thing is, the reason they can charge that much is because there's nothing else on the market that is that is like this. So they have the niche, they have it nailed down. There's nothing else you can buy that's pretty much like this that does the same job. So that they can charge that much. That is just how the world works. So that is the actual setup itself. So I'm going to go through first why, seeing as we're on that topic, why I've got the most expensive Gorillapod here. So this is the Gorillapod down from this one, and I thought this was adequate. I thought, you know, if I bought this one, I could easily put my camera on top of it, hold it out, and do some vlogging. But that just wasn't the case. These are the little joints that you know, go inside of here. And as you can see, I think there's one of these legs. Yeah, it's that one. You see how easily I can push that. Right, so if I'm trying to stand my camera up, that just falls out. And the problem with this one is all of these little joints here, right? They snap, right? Because this is a £60 Gorillapod. These just really are bad for the price. These are absolutely atrocious. You buy this and in a month it will guaranteed be broken. Every single review I've seen of these, people just say, yeah, use it fine for a month, and then you can have to buy a new one. So what I thought was, instead of buying another one of these, I just bought this big bad boy, and I haven't had any problems. With it so far, which is absolutely brilliant. So try and avoid this if you can. If your camera's quite heavy, yeah, I would avoid this at all costs. I've used loads of other methods in my time while I've been vlogging. I've actually used a suction cup, which was great for a few months until I had my point and shoot at the time, which was a RX100 Mark IV. I had it on a window as I was getting a vlogging shot, and the camera actually fell off the window. The suction cup gave in, fell off the window, and my RX100 Mark IV smashed into bits on the floor. So avoid any suction cups that you can. If you can avoid suction cups, just avoid them, because it's just an accident waiting to happen. But this is the best thing I've found so far as the setup goes. Now, other options for you guys. I know this is ridiculous, and I really like my equipment, so this is my setup. But you guys are going to want some different options. So here we go. Point and shoots. Great point and shoots for vlogging. We've got the Canon G7X Mark 1 and 2. Both absolutely brilliant. I used a G7X Mark 1 for half a year until someone dropped it in a pool in Spain, and it just broke, which was absolutely sick. Yeah, brilliant. So yeah, G7X Mark 1, absolutely awesome vlogging camera. Battery lasts for ages, good quality HD, does the job. If you got a bit more money to spend though, the Sony RX100 Mark IV, which is the camera that I had, that I really rate. Great autofocus, great sound quality, great video quality, can do 4K as well. It was on this, and that fell off this, and it shattered into bits. If it didn't do that, I'd probably still be using that. A step up from that, you're going into DSLR territory, so that is I'm going to say Canon 70D. Has autofocus motors. Casey Neistat uses a 70D, if you've ever watched one of his videos, which I'm sure you have if you're a vlogger. Yeah, he uses a 70D with a, I think he uses a Tamron 10 to 22mm lens on that, which is great. 10mm, as I've said, great, nice and wide for vlogging. And he uses a Shure shotgun microphone. I can't really tell any difference between the Shure and this, but the Shure is like twice as much money as this, which is I don't see the point spending money on stuff when